your focus is not understood. The power of your focus, the importance of your focus, your ability to decide as life helps you to do it, and then to choose to focus predominantly upon what you have chosen, rather than upon continuing to focus upon the opposite of what you want in order to justify what you want. That's what messes most humans up. They live and they prefer. It's easy to know what feels good. It's easy to know kindness and love and appreciation. It's easy to know success and exhilaration and clarity and confidence. It's easy to know those things feel good. It's easy to feel those things are good. But so often, on your way to choosing, concluding, deciding, you spend a lot of time justifying to others simply because they are choosing differently, as if there weren't plenty of opportunities for plenty of choices to be made. It's like sometimes you think that you have to be right for everybody. And that really is not what you intended as a horde of deliberate creators bound for this creative experience. You did not plan on getting everybody to agree with you. In fact, your diversity was something that you knew would be your greatest overall mass consciousness benefit. All these choices, all this balance, all this opportunity. But when you get sort of human focused, where you have in large part come to represent a really flawed premise. And the flawed premise that so many humans are sort of stuck on, we're going to shake it loose a little bit here today, is that there is a finite amount of goodness that you are fighting over. That if you don't fight your way to your fair share, that you will be left out. And what's so confounding to you who continue to try that is that you can't fight your way to the things that you want, because the fighting is the pushing against what you don't want, and you can't get to what you want by pushing against what you don't want. And we know that's a brain twister, because it has been such a human plan for so long. Well, we'll just get rid of what we don't want. So there's a war against this and a war against that and a war against this and a war against that. And all of those things are becoming more and more and more, because a war against something means focus upon it, and focus upon it means momentum about it, and momentum about it means more attraction of it. So it really means that when you push against what you do not want, even in justification of what you do want, you hold yourself apart from what you want, which just supports your flawed premise. It makes you think, I should push harder against what I don't want. What I don't want is winning. It never will. It isn't, and it never will. But you can pinch yourself off from a lot of happy moments, and from a lot of good timing, and from a lot of realization of the worthiness and goodness that is you. So we just want to start there a little strong, because we want you to feel, as these hours together are unfolding today, how easy it is really to live life and choose what you prefer, and then to focus there and witness universal forces backing you up. All of you. In other words, we're not here supporting one lifestyle over another, one religion over another, one anything over another thing. We focused from non-physical, you focused from physical and non-physical. We are all in this together. And the point of it is expansion. The point of it is the eternal nature of our beingness. We will not any of us, cease to be. You're not ever going to get it done. You're not ever going to cease to be lively, aware, consciousness. You always are that. The point of it is to be joyful in the being of that, you see. And so, is struggle necessary? In the way that contrast is helpful, you could say. But if we were standing in your physical shoes, we would become more deliberate pointers at what we desire, more consistent pointers at what we want. And we would focus a lot less by virtue of what we're focusing a lot more on. Hear that? You can't focus in two directions at once. I want it, but I want it, but I want it, but I'd like more money, but no one in my family's ever had any money. That's pointing over there and then pointing over there. And when you point over there, you're not pointing over there. And when you are pointing over there, you're not pointing over there. But when you're pointing over there, you're not pointing over there. Pretty obvious, isn't it? So what waters down what you want is your conversation about not having it yet. And so we could say to you in a very blunt, bold, loud statement, that what is slowing you from a future that you desire is a present that you're complaining about. Because whether you're focused past, present, or future, you're focused and your point of attraction is about what you're focused on. And so we get it. If you don't feel good, you don't feel good. We get it. We don't deny that. We don't even think that you should get over that. That's not what we mean at all. We're just saying that the law of attraction is responding to your vibration, and how you feel is about your point of attraction. So if you are afraid, your point of attraction is not letting in the solutions that you want. If you feel taken advantage of or like you don't have enough money, that feeling of not enoughness that is based upon what you're focused upon about something that may be factual and true right now keeps you from being in the right place at the right time and rendezvousing with the right experience, even the right idea, to fulfill the things that you want. You are the chooser of your experience. We just want you to understand that you're choosing through your focus, not through your words. Your words do not mean diddly squat. They often reflect how you feel. In other words, ornery words usually reflect ornery feeling, and fearful words often reflect insecure, fearful point of attraction. We're not saying that there's not a connection to it. We're just saying if you will stop relying on your words and instead pay attention to how you feel, you'll always know where you are in relationship to whether you're letting in what you're asking for or whether you're currently holding yourself apart from what you're asking for. And when you get it, that you are always that defining, deciding factor. You are always the only one that is letting it in or not letting it in, whether it's wanted or unwanted. It feels to you often that someone else is responsible for what's happening to you because you think a lot about them, but it's your thoughts about them that are causing your vibration to not sync up with the abundance and the clarity that you seek. And so what we're really talking about here is thinking on purpose, thinking in order to feel. Now, we're going to briefly explain why you feel what you feel. You have an inner being. It was the whole of you before you came into this body. Non-physical consciousness, pure positive energy, God force, love. That's who you eternally are. And from that perspective, you chose a personality into this body. You chose a part of that consciousness to focus here with others. Leading edge creators. Taking thought beyond what it's been before, expanding the universe through your willingness to participate in a leading edge environment. How good is that? We all thank you for that. So here you are, actually two perspectives. The non-physical you who's always focused with you, and the physical you. Here you are, banging around with other people, having experiences, fighting with them, loving with them. In other words, all kinds of variety of experience. Here you are as a physical being, but not without the complete awareness and participation of your inner being, of your source energy being, who is always love, always giving someone the benefit of the doubt, always knowing the value of diversity, always knowing that you are powerful and worthy beings. So when you find something to fuss and worry about, and you focus on it for a little while, you can get yourself feeling pretty bad, because you are pinching yourself off is not exactly the way to explain it. How to explain it? You know, everything that we talk about here, even though it is under a spiritual label, even though it is about non-physical, even though it is about human stuff, physical stuff, non-physical stuff, God stuff, source stuff, everything that you live in this physical world is about the same thing. It's about energy and the way the energies mix. It's more like chemistry than it is about sociology or psychiatry. Sociology takes you into a counselor's chair, therapist's chair, somebody's chair, and it says, how do you feel? We ask that too. What's on your mind? We want to know that too. But we want you to go to the science of it. We want you to understand why the chemistry of your body produces for you what you call negative emotion or fear, or why the chemistry of your body produces something for you that you would call love or appreciation or exhilaration. In other words, what's going on? What's going on with your physical chemistry is not different than the law-based chemistry of chemistry. Everything has reason, and once you understand what you can mix with what and what mixes well and what the results of what you mix will give you, then you've got control of the chemistry of your deliberate creation. But until then, you are just flying blind, so to speak, and making lots of decisions based upon flawed premises. But we want to show you how you can show yourself moment by moment how to make the choices that best align with who you are coming in from source and who you've become since you've been here. When you turn on the television and you watch something and you find yourself confused or upset or enraged, the chemistry of your body is showing you the chemistry of your point of attraction. You are being given a physical manifestation of the mix of what you know from source energy perspective and what you're concluding from your now human perspective. Everything that you are about is creating what is your next experience, your next experience, your next experience. Manifestation is rich and delicious. It's so delicious to intend something and then to accomplish it or to receive it or to let it in. And it is equally undelicious to have something that you want linger out there seemingly forever, not feeling the satisfaction of closing that gap. And so we want to say to you that as you point in the direction of wanted, as you talk about what you want and why you want it, as you look for the easy existing matches about it, what happens to the chemistry of your being? What happens to the vibrational harmony between you and your inner being and your desire? This is big. The harmony between you and your inner being and your desire. What happens to you as you pay attention to how you feel? That harmony, that alignment, that lack of contradiction allows a momentum that brings you more ideas, more rendezvous, more satisfaction, more fun. The loop's still open, 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 the loop's still open. In fact, the loop is getting richer and more beautiful, and there's more facets to it that are delighting me, and then bam, manifestation comes, and things you didn't even realize you were asking for are all woven in to this manifestation that comes. Closing of the loop is not our point. Odd, because it was a long story. The closing of the loop is not this story. It's that there's another open loop, another one opening, another one opening, another one opening, another one opening.